What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's How to Unlock video, we're going to be covering the AN-94 Modern Warfare Assault Rifle for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, we did cover this weapon in the past, however, it's been quite a while. We're on a completely different map, tons of new players join all the time, and overall, there could still be people struggling to unlock this, so I wanted to make an updated version. You guys can expect me to cover some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. We will go over the challenge so you know exactly what to do to unlock it, and we will even go into a recommended loadout to best set you up for success. Before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you share your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. So we'll throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Alright, in order to unlock it, of course, you're going to need to know what that challenge is. If you go to where you edit your loadout, go to the assault rifle category, scroll down to the AN-94, your challenge should be read as follows. Using assault rifles, get 2 hipfire kills in 7 different matches. Now, when it comes to game modes, if there's a Caldera Clash playlist available, I definitely recommend diving into that. It can make this very easy. Or if there's an LTM that you'd rather play in, you are more than welcome to dive into that as well. But I'm going to recommend something a little bit more consistent, which is going to be Plunder. The other great thing about Plunder is it appeals to a wider variety of skill levels. When matches last from 10 to 20 minutes and sometimes even longer, it gives you a lot more time to get that progress towards your challenge that you're looking for. Now, when you're flying into the Caldera map, the place that you're definitely going to want to land at thanks to the Season 4 update is going to be the Storage Town. Now, this is going to be the most populated place on the map for the entirety of the match. It's going to give you more than enough engagements, I believe, in order to actually get the progress that you need. And I don't think you guys are going to have too many issues with this challenge in particular, as it's only going to require 2 hipfire kills. Now, the only real difficulty with this challenge is that you will be hipfiring with an assault rifle. That's not really a role that it usually represents, as that's something you typically see with an SMG, and they're not quite as mobile, so you're really going to want to close the distance between you and the enemy players in order to have much easier engagements, increase your odds of obviously being able to win them instead of not being able to stand a chance at all. A great way that you can do this is when you are flying in and you see player down below, try to land as close as possible to them without actually giving away your position, so that way you can actually get a chance to go for that hipfire elimination, and hopefully you can even catch them off guard and it will be a lot easier to win. The obvious strategy that I recommend will be definitely camping in a position, whether it's inside of a doorway or just on an angle that someone doesn't typically look at. Hope for them to cross by and you will get the easy catch them off guard moment and should be able to hipfire them, and as long as you're accurate enough, it could be an easy elimination. In a moment that you down an enemy player and they are just crawling around on the ground, you could take that moment to hipfire them to finish them off, and that could actually also count towards your challenge progress as well. If you were finding this to be a little bit difficult, you can also try your odds at the beginning of the match, flying to the end of the flight path, flying down with the AFK players. Hopefully there'll be no one there to challenge you and you can get a couple of free eliminations that way. If you're lucky, you might even get both the eliminations that you need, and then you will obviously get the progress that you need towards your challenge. And something I like to run as well that will make it a lot easier to close the distance between you and the enemy players is going to be dead silence. This gives you silent footsteps, allowing for the players not to be able to hear you, and in most cases you'll be able to catch them off guard. In this particular challenge, you're going to be wanting to do that obviously because you are hipfiring, and this could give you the best advantage to do that and overall be successful in your engagements. Now, we've covered some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. We've gone over the challenge, you know exactly what to do to unlock it. Let's go ahead and dive into our recommended loadout, which today is with the M13 Modern Warfare Assault Rifle. Alrighty, for our attachments we have as follows. For the muzzle, we have the monolithic suppressor. For the barrel, I'm using the Tempest Marksman. For the laser, the 5mW laser, make a hipfire accuracy a little bit better. The magazine, I'm running the 60 round mags, and then under barrel, I got that Merc foregrip. Alright, a couple more things I want to dive into before we wrap things up here. The reason I'm recommending to you guys a Modern Warfare Assault Rifle in order to unlock one is because if you use one from Cold War or Vanguard, it could overall affect the tracking of the challenge, which might lead it to not tracking properly, and that would cause you to have to play more matches than is being asked. The last thing I want to touch on is whether or not you can leave the lobby once you've gotten the progress towards your challenge. So once you are confident you get the 2 hipfire eliminations that you need, go to where you edit your loadout in game, go to the assault rifles, go down to the AN-94. If it seems to have tracked properly, you can then leave the match that you're in, diving into your next one, overall decreasing the amount of time it should take you. However, if you are confident you got the 2 hipfire eliminations that you need and you go to check the progress and it does not seem to have tracked properly, I definitely recommend staying through to the end of the match in order to increase your odds of it overall tracking, and that way you won't have to play more matches than is being asked. Now, we've covered some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. We've gone over the challenge, you know exactly what to do to unlock it, and we've even gotten a recommended loadout, so that way you guys will be best set up for success. That's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.